This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perk, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome to another week of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is...
I'm Kristen. Hello.
And tonight we are going to cover, Future State Nightwing number 2. Also, Dick Grayson made a few small appearances in 2 other books this week. Plus, we're going to be covering classic New Teen Titans 1 and 2.
Woohoo!
the first appearance of a fellow we talked about 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? That's true. So yeah, lots to talk about tonight, but it'll already be done by the time this hits the podcast. But so tomorrow night you're doing a online for one of the public libraries. I'm doing a talk about Batman. Well, sometimes at school for the history department we try to have different events, and we get people to talk about stuff that they know things about that aren't history. So I'm always like, I'll talk about Batman. Because sadly, people would rather talk about Batman than kangaroos. Excuse me. So, anyway, word gets around, and someone at one of the public libraries was like, hey, I hear you're into Batman. You want to do a Batman talk for us? I'm like, sure. Oh, nice.
So there we go.
All right. So, will that be available online anywhere, like after the fact, or?
I don't know. I mean, it's available. Like anybody can sign up.
Okay, but I just mean when people might hear this afterwards, it's like. Well,
I will find out and let you know.
Stay tuned next episode, kids.
Okay. Yes.
But before we get to Future State, like I said, Dick made 2 other appearances this week. In The Next Batman, number 4.
Okay, cool.
Well, there's a
good? I haven't read that one yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's good, but there's a one of the backup stories is a Batgirl story with Cassandra and Stephanie Brown. But they're breaking into this prison to try to free a big figure in the Resistance. And who is it? It's Barbara Gordon. So they finally free Oracle. That's a big victory for their side. And of course, once she gets home, they get the her and Dick reunited scene.
Oh.
He's like, I never should have stopped looking for you. Should have been my main thing the whole time.
Oh. So this must take place before the stuff in the Nightwing one?
I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she shows up in,
Yeah.
Again, these books are all over the place, but... And also, you never would have thought this, but Batman Catwoman number 3 this week.
Oh, he's in that one?
Well, real quick, because like they kind of jump between like the past, present, and quote unquote of the future, but it's like another future. So yeah, okay. It opens up with a in the future with Batwoman, who's basically Bruce and Selina's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Talking to the commissioner of the GCPD, Dick Grayson.
Oh, wow. So wait, a lot of times they have Barbara be the...
I know. Well, that was like the Batman Beyond future, but I guess this is like a different futures. But yeah.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense since he became a cop. Barbara always seems like she'd be above being commissioner.
I know. I mean, well, they basically, when Dan...
Barbara would be a better mayor, because in the 70s, she was a congressperson.
Exactly. I mean, they've had Dick do everything. He was mayor in Dan Jurgens' Batman Beyond, and now Tom King's Batman Catwoman future. He's commissioner. So
Barbara's been commissioner. She was also commissioner in Lego Batman, where she uses statistics and compassion. Yes. Nice. Well, those are at the store waiting for me. But as I was telling Phil before, we have 14 and a half inches of snow on the ground, so I have not been to the store yet to get my I read it digitally.
Oh, yes. So, yes, Batman. Future State Nightwing #2.
That's right.
Guest starring the next Batman.
That's right. Actually, guest starring everybody for
yeah. Yes, because
right. Get into it.
Yes, because it opens up where we left off. The magistrates outside Arkham, ready to storm the place, and Dick hits him with a giant EMP blast.
Yeah, well, it's Peacekeeper 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dick tries to tell this Batman to leave. He's like, if something happens to me, Gotham needs you, and and this Batman's like, from what I understand, Batman decides who Gotham needs. And who in Gotham needs his help. So Dick's like, all right, dynamic duo it is then.
That's right.
That suit's not even bad, but that chin strap still bugs me.
Well, like everybody has a chin strap.
I know. It's edgy. But I like the look of this new Batman suit. I mean, it makes sense. If you want to scare guys, why wouldn't you cover your whole head?
Yeah, no, definitely. The new Batman suit. Better. Tim, yes. Tim Fox.
Tim Fox, yep.
He knows what's up. His suit is looking good.
So they're basically fighting off the magistrate until they bomb Arkham, and that's when that's right, Oracle in her bat suit and the rest of their allies show up.
Yeah, so they're fighting, and it's like, I didn't see that the first time I read it, but you can see there's like a little doodad in there. Almost looks like a ghost, but Dick's smiling when he says, "What were your orders? Shoot to kill. What if we surrendered? Any condition." So even if they surrendered,
yeah,
shoot to kill. Then Batman says, "Those were some interesting, unnecessary questions." It's like, I have my reasons, which we find out soon.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that thing over his shoulder. Yeah.
Then
we were speaking of a car a few episodes back. Yeah, look, did he customize a Batmobile?
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, him and Batman escape, and
yeah. So have they? Yeah, Oracle and Capes. I have to say, I really like Barbara's hair. I know that's a silly thing to focus on, but I like her hair. Oh, apparently Robin is the only one without a chin strap. Yeah, what have they been doing? I guess we'll probably see more about her as Oracle in the coming... Because they used to say sometimes she's been going by Oracle, but it hasn't been.
She's been doing both, but I guess they said, I think most of the stuff going forward for the immediate future is going to be Oracle.
Okay, because they're not having a Batgirl book right now.
No. I mean, she might show up as, well, she's going to show up as Batgirl in the Nightwing book. But yeah, I guess I'm assuming they're going to address this in the Nightwing book. But I guess they were saying there's an Infinite Frontier one shot coming out soon. I guess she's saying like her implant in her spine's giving, it's like it's on its last leg, so she has to watch how much she exerts herself and stuff. And
okay. Yeah, because that's good. And I think that hopefully DC realizes this. I think people love Barbara Gordon. She's awesome. But part of what made people particularly love Oracle wasn't just that she was doing stuff on the computer and was a superhero who wasn't beating people up. It was that she was a superhero who was in a wheelchair and was kicking ass and taking names at the same time. And that was really awesome. I mean, it made it next level awesome. And so I hope that they don't just switch her costume and call her Oracle and have her,
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a little bit of both. But, did he leave already? We had somebody watching, Fernando and Lima said, Nightwing is the best. I loved Future State.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I did think that Future State was good. I thought it was good. Obviously, I don't know what's going on with Talia al Ghul and Two-Face and Man-Bat being on their side. I assume that was explained in a different Future State episode.
Yeah, and one of the next Batman backups, like Two-Face and a bunch of... basically in some of these books, they're saying it's like, basically, there are no sides anymore. Like, the Rogues and the Bat family are all working together, basically, against the Magistrate.
All right. Yeah, so do you think that there's a chance that Cassandra's... Because isn't she was still going by Orphan, right? Is there a chance that she's going to become Batgirl, or have they not really made that clear?
Well, if you look at the Infinite Frontier 2-page ad in here...
well, I don't know if I have the ad in the digital book.
She's in her Batgirl suit in that ad.
Oh, okay. What's Barbara wearing?
She's basically sitting there with the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's sitting there next to Tim. Tim's wearing a Robin suit. Damian's wearing that basically gray pirate suit. Interesting.
Guess we'll see what happens. Because that Robin who's here is Tim, right?
Yes. Yeah. I thought, I don't know if, did you read the second issue of Future State Teen Titans?
No, not yet. I've only read the Nightwing ones. The other ones I still need to get from the store.
Because they really don't tell you who Red X is. I thought Red X was going to be Damian, but they kind of, they still were like playing that where they didn't come out and tell you who that was. So, as far as I know, unless he's Red X, Damian hasn't shown up in Future State. So,
okay. Yeah, was Tim in the Teen Titans one, or was that just Dick?
No, I think it was just Dick. Yeah, no, Tim was in Robin Eternal.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
But yeah, I read most of the Future State stuff. There's a few I didn't. But yeah, Nightwing was one of the better Future State series, in my opinion.
That's good. Well, sometimes I felt like the Nightwing one was pretty simple, and sometimes simple is better.
Oh yeah, like Batman and some of the other ones, like they replaced, like some of them replaced like the main characters. Nightwing, it's Dick, so of course,
Right, and the story is pretty straightforward. Like,
and
Nightwing Resistance, they're trying to get him.
And I kind of like him here. I like him here better than in the Teen Titans book. So,
yeah, I read the Teen Titans book. He wasn't as, I don't know, nice isn't the right word. I haven't read it yet, but he was kind of secretive or something.
It gets kind of dark. I think it's a couple years after this even. So it's like, yeah, the Titans have been like, some of them have been killed. Some of them have been like really knocked around and stuff. So,
okay,
way darker.
Yeah. So first, Dick was sad that everybody, the Resistance, comes up. He's like, it wasn't part of the plan that they were supposed to come here. But Batman says, just as much as Gotham needs Batman, its heroes need Nightwing. Aww.
I know.
Aww. I like that. A reminder, he's the heart. He's the heart.
Well, again, too, I think he throw out the line, too, where he's like, I guess I kind of got a little overprotective of everyone after losing Bruce.
Yeah, he says that.
Because it makes sense, because he's like, basically, Batman was like the one who basically came off as the most unstoppable. So it's like, if you think Batman's dead or at least missing, it's like, well, if they can take out Batman, the rest of they can take out anybody.
And he I like also how they don't have to have long fights. He's like, the risk wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't your decision. And then that's why Batman said, I did hear you. Just as much as Gotham needs Batman, it hears the Nightwing. We're leaving. Dick kind of has this little short pause, and he says, all right, help me up. So it's good that they're not all agonizing over it.
But yeah, basically after what they blackmail. We'll get the real video feed out because I guess the magistrate feeds the media their own version of the video.
Yep.
But no, yeah, we saw that Dick had those invisible drones recording everything. He yes, so Dick got his own video feed, so yes, he outfoxed them.
Good. Oh yeah, that's the line when they're in the car. He mentions about the overprotective.
What did you think about his Dick's weapons here, where it's like none of the electrical charge, but I guess it held the two sticks together, kind of like nunchucks. It's like towards the end.
Yeah, let me see it again.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, they kind of did something similar with Daredevil in the 90s where like his two sticks could either like combine into one long one or like he could like turn them into nunchucks and stuff.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, there's the one where he's got them crossed and then they're like look like they're connected with a little electrical thing. Oh, yeah. They are connected by electricity.
Get it? Futuristic.
I don't know. I guess I was just like, whatever.
I just was like, oh, is that their way of saying, look, the future?
Could be.
But yeah, so they get their own footage. They beat Peacekeeper 6, and then they walk off into the sunset.
Heck yeah. That's the end.
So yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the Nightwing issues of Future State. I thought they were some of the better Future State stuff. So you liked it?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, it was it was fun. It had good moments between him and the new Batman. Dick came off as extremely competent, which he is, but sometimes some writers don't always do a good job of showcasing that. Yep. As others, mine doesn't have the advertisement in it. And yeah, it wasn't overly complicated.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And I think that made it a good, tight story that, yeah, it worked. It was good.
Yeah, some of these, they try to, I think some of the Future State stuff, they tried to jam too much into each issue. But yeah, this was, I mean, again, it's like good art, good, nice paced story.
Mm-hmm.
We basically got the essence of Dick Grayson.
Yeah, the characters were well done. You liked everybody. People didn't do anything that seemed super out of character. So yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. So yes, bravo to the creative team on this. Andrew Constant, writer. Nicholas Scott, artist. Yes, everyone involved in this. Good job.
Yes, round of applause.
I'm trying to remember. Is this a new thing? Because at the bottom of the credits, even at Nightwing, created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. I heard they've been doing that for a while.
I have vaguely recall seeing that in some other ones, but I think
they probably took a break on that when Rick was around.
Yeah, I think they've been, I'm not sure the exact year, we'd have to look. I think they've been trying to be better with the credits because you've noticed that in more recent years, it's like Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger.
Oh yeah, because like I think his his daughter's granddaughter, Bill Finger's family like fought for that. Yeah.
Right. Well, and there's been documentaries and stuff, and it's come out that like Bob Kane was more of a hype man, and he took a lot more credit than he was good at talking himself up. I mean, not that he didn't have anything to do with it, but that like the creation of Batman was definitely not a one-man show.
Oh no, because I mean, even like people accuse Stan Lee of stuff like that, but he always like acknowledged his artists and stuff, and Bob Kane was just like, it's like Batman created by Bob. Because they said if it was just Bob Kane, he would have ended up in like, I don't know if you ever saw the original design, and Batman was like in a red suit with like a domino mask and stuff, and
yeah,
it wouldn't have lasted.
If he had no input from Bill Finger, Batman would not be the success that he is today.
I don't know if he'd be around today.
No. He would.
Right.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that, but I am not sure. I don't know if maybe it's come about since the Titans series has started, or I know in Young Justice they'll say like Nightwing created by these people and stuff. I know in the credits with the Titans they mentioned it because of course Starfire was and Raven were also and Cyborg, but he's not in the Titan show. Were also created by Wolfman and Perez.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Speaking of.
Oh, yeah. Hit some Titans.
That's our next step. All right.
All right, so yeah, new Teen Titans #1. Also, yes, we're talking 1 and 2. Also, yeah, Kristen has one of the many trades. It's also on DC.
Oh, this baby's the omnibus.
Oh my. But yeah, but this has been reprinted many times. But yes, also on DC Universe Infinite also. So
yes.
Oh, I like this. Released saying November 5th, 1980.
Yeah, it does say no. The first one is November. Yes. So when I reread this, they cram a lot into. There are a lot of words.
Yeah. I mean, more certain writers even more so. But I mean, back then, I mean, they did a lot of like 1 and dones and 2 and dones and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they used to cram a lot more into issues.
Yeah, it's interesting because I like it. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I prefer. I guess I just prefer stuff that's like everybody, stuff that's well done. Because a part of what made the Nightwing Future State well done was it wasn't overly complicated, and so it fit well in the 2 issues. But it wasn't nearly as many words. I mean, honestly, a lot of this stuff with New Teen Titans, I mean, this is getting actually kind of complicated, but it also works, I guess, because there's a lot of art on every page, and they don't have too many splash pages. They don't, there's a lot of panels.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of explanation. I guess that's the thing. If it's going to be complicated, you need to let us know what we need to know, or give hints that this stuff is going to be.
And again, it's like it's a team book. It's not like a Dick Grayson solo book. So it's like there's a lot of story, for Dick, for Cyborg, for Dawn, and for everybody, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the whole. I mean, some of the writers of this era. I mean, oh my God, right? Read some Chris Claremont X-Men from this era. Oh my Lord, that man is wordy.
Is it? Is it like a novel?
Yeah, because that like around this, like in I think like the early '80s, they said that was like the big war between Marvel and DC. Like the two, like I don't know if they were the most popular books, but like the 2 big books that battled in the '80s were New Teen Titans and X-Men.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's really why they were able to make Dick into Nightwing.
Oh yeah.
Was because
the book was so popular.
New Teen Titans was outselling, which is why it's so interesting. It's just fascinating how stuff waxes and wanes, because now we're definitely in an era of Batman, and he has been very popular. And financially powerhouse for a long time, but he wasn't always. I mean, it used to really be Superman, and Detective Comics got canceled in the late 70s, and that's why they combined it with Batman Family, because Batman Family was selling better.
Oh yeah, I mean the main Batman book always sells better, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Detective was in bad shape back then.
Mm-hmm.
But oh yeah, anything Batman now sells the best.
Yeah.
But
it didn't always. But this, I mean, you have such good characters, and good writing.
Yeah, the classic Marv Wolfman and George Perez team.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just think of how much. I mean, not that I don't want to imply that the artists nowadays aren't working hard, but I mean, this is an insane amount of drawing that.
Oh, he was like George Perez. George,
Perez.
he still works, but I mean, especially back then, I mean, he was like the go-to guy, especially for like team books. He worked on the Avengers for a while. Of course, he's in New Teen Titans, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, basically every character who was in DC at the time made an appearance in that miniseries. He drew it because like he was like at the time he was like the best guy for like big group shots and stuff.
Sure, I mean, just look at. I mean, this is a lot of drawing.
Oh,
Every page is so many panels. I mean, this is a crazy amount of work.
I mean, just like those first couple pages where Starfire's escaping her jailers there.
Yeah, or I mean, or the page where Dick is talking to Raven and then he leaves. There's 9 panels on that page, and a version of Dick or Robin is in 8 of the 9 panels. So he's drawn him 8 times. On one page, and he's drawn Raven 5 times, and you've got Wally once, Bruce once. I mean, that's a lot of drawing.
I know, yeah, because Dick staying at the Wayne Foundation Tower or whatever. Yeah, the building. Yeah, Bruce, do you need help? No.
Yeah. Well, so this is interesting, and I, read a lot about this stuff. That of course they tried to kind of make parallels that with the boys they were giving they were giving them kind of dad problems. Like Cyborg has the biggest dad problem, and then Dick is kind of in the middle, and then Beast Boy doesn't really, like, his parents are gone, so he just kind of has Steve Dayton, and then Wally. At this point, I don't think Wally really has problems with his parents. I think, isn't that something they develop later, that Wally's parents are bad people?
I think, yeah, if not before, it's when he gets when he becomes the Flash. I know they definitely get into it there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wally's thing is kind of like, do I want to be a hero? But for 3 of them, it's. I think it might even say in here. So it's interesting that they're like kind of trying to make a little bit of attention. Yeah. They're trying to make a triangle for the guys. Robin, later Nightwing, was level-headed, capable leader who, because he was kept on a tight leash by Batman, often felt inadequate to the task at hand. He had a need to prove himself to Batman. Changeling believed he had little to offer and covered it up with outward bravado. Cyborg was a scientist type who rejected that approach to become an angry young man. Nightwing's logical approach to life and anger toward his parent was shared by Cyborg, while his feelings of inadequacy were shared by Changeling. Cyborg and Changeling had also been physically altered by their parents, and that helped bring them together. So it's like he kind of has a little bit of a dad issue, but then later that becomes like a huge thing, mostly because the Batman comics decide to make it a huge thing.
Well, yeah, because right now Dick's saying, Bruce is mad he dropped out of college.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think this was still a thing in 1980, but Bruce is like smoking a pipe.
Yeah, Bruce is hilarious there. He's wearing an ascot, for God's sake.
I know.
But I mean, there is one in here where Dick and Corey go to the Broadway show or something, and Dick's wearing a 3-piece suit. So,
well, yeah, remember when we covered Who Is Donna Troy, and Dick's was like in a suit for half of that.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of Donna, she's trying to piece together her origin, because we're at the point where it's like, oh, Wonder Woman just found me in a burning building.
Yep.
we get
and then, I don't know, Beast Boy just shows up.
I know. Well,
Shane. Well, I mean, we know they're all being brought together by Raven.
and then Wally shows up.
And then we get our intro to Cyborg, who is very sad that he can't compete in athletics anymore, I guess, because he's part robot now.
Yeah.
This one cracks me up. Robin goes up to introduce himself to Cyborg. Hi, my name's I read the papers, mister.
Yeah, so Raven brings them all together. But they're needed at the United Nations Plaza.
And that's where what are the names of the people that enslaved Corey? She says it.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure.
Gordanians.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, they're fighting off these aliens. But yeah, Starfire's been found by oh, look at this young couple.
Grant Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, the Gordanians bust into their apartment, although it turns out it's actually Carol's apartment. And then the Titans come in to save Starfire, but the apartment gets destroyed. And Grant is really mad. You creeps busted up this place. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, yeah, a giant portal gets opened in the middle of the apartment.
Hey, sometimes these things happen.
I know. Oh, and even Carol's like, you're the one who brought that girl here, Grant, not them.
So the Gordanians have her back on their ship. But somehow, I guess, does Raven take them all to the ship?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Then we get the hints of how every time Dick tries to be like, Raven, what's going on? He's like, and she vanishes, and Wally's like, just do your job. So it's like, something's up. Which will be explained later.
But yeah, then they get they'll get off the ship before when it blows up.
Yeah, which I guess unfortunately means that some of the Gordanians die, which normally people don't, but I don't know.
They were dealing in slaves. Screw them.
Right, but I guess because no wait, is Cyborg the one that sets the bomb? Or is it?
Well, he has Beast Boy become a mouse and take.
Yeah, I think he does. To get him out, but yeah, most of them actually are not on the ship anymore.
Yeah, so yeah, it was that was Cyborg's plan. And then they're like, "Whoo, mission accomplished!" And Raven's basically like, "No, we gotta stay together."
This mission was just to get our 7th member.
And then we see Grant lurking in the shadows, and it's like they're the ones I told you about. And we just see a bubble that says, "You want them destroyed, Grant? Farewell. The Hive shall make your wish a reality."
And it must have been a hit because we get issue 2.
Oh yeah, because next issue today, the Terminator.
Yeah. And there is in all his blue and orange glory with his ridiculous boots.
Yes, I believe he was called Deathstroke the Terminator because originally they weren't going to call him just the Terminator, but the movie was coming, so I guess they had to switch it up.
Oh, okay.
So kids, he originally he was not going to be called Deathstroke at all.
Well, I mean, Deathstroke, the Terminator, and then his real name is Slade Wilson. I mean, the guy is really winning on all fronts of the villainous name contest.
Oh yeah.
Like, no matter what you call him, you're like, dang, this guy's a bad dude.
But yeah, we see.
So anyway, the Hive is testing Deathstroke, and then they're like, we're not going to pay you until you complete it. And he's all like, screw you. That's not how I operate.
But yeah, we basically know nothing about him yet except he's good and looks like kind of strong. So he kicks that door to was that a metal door? Kicks that down.
Yeah, well, he's been augmented. Phenomenal reflexes, all that kind of stuff. Duplicate his powers.
And then
we get some more information about Grant. He hangs out with bad people.
Yep, and then Carol wants him to go, but he kind of puts his hands on her, and that's when Starfire zaps him.
Yep.
Who she's still not speaking English yet.
Because they're weirdly all hanging out at... No, wait. Is Carol... Are they hanging out at Carol's apartment, or they let Carol stay with them? No, I think it's another apartment. They said we felt obliged to set you up with another.
Yeah, they got her another apartment. But then Kid Flash comes running in and said, there's an emergency.
And off they go to fight robots.
Oh, yeah, down at the docks.
Yep. It's like, no, don't destroy all our clues. Starfire's just hiding everything. And then we find out a power which would be so amazing. Robin's like, if only we could talk to her. And Starfire kisses him. And she is able through physical contact to absorb language. And man, that would be a sweet power to have.
Oh my.
If you could just absorb language and then speak to people in their language, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. And then we get a sense of how Starfire is edgy. Because he's like, you had to kiss me to do that? And she says, no, but it was more enjoyable that way.
Oh, yeah, they will pull one of those robots or whatever out of the river. What is going on here? Starfire's kissing Dick. Cyborg's massaging Donna. What is going on here?
Because her back still hurts.
I know.
And Cyborg, it's to give him insight to who he was before. He knows some sports medicine.
Beast Boy, hey, I know French. How about German, Chinese? You want to know any of those?
I don't know if I believe that Beast Boy knows all those languages anyway.
And Robin's like talking to Cyborg, saying, your father can help us. And of course, Cyborg's like, no, I don't want to go to him.
And we find Terminator's been watching them, and we find out what Hive stands for. Hierarchy of International Vengeance and Eliminations. That definitely feels like they made an acronym that sounded cool, and then they had to figure out what it stood for afterwards.
Oh, we also get Wintergreen.
Yep. And then we see Grant undergoing his transformation.
Yep.
We get some hints as to what's going on with Raven.
Yep. Speaking to a big pentagram. Yep.
And then we go to Steve Dayton's house where, yeah, Beast Boy's a kangaroo. Love it. Also, it's cracking me up, these 80s swimsuits. I mean,
I know.
The Starfire and Coriander, and Donna are joking about how tiny their swimsuits are, but look how tiny Dick's swimsuit is.
I know. Look at when Beast Boy's a kangaroo, he doesn't have anything on, but then when he changes back, he has trunks on.
Yeah, well, maybe he had some trunks stored in that bush, and he just slipped them on when he was.
But yeah, Starfire's just like, why do I gotta wear this?
She's like, it's not for protection because it's so tiny. And Donna's like, you just have to wear clothes here. Starfire's like, all right, whatever.
Then we see the Cyborg's at the lab with his dad, which gets attacked by the Ravager.
Yeah, who is?
Grant, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was going to say who is looking like a Deathstroke knockoff. Because he is. And boom, Deathstroke pops in. It takes him away.
Yeah, because Cyborg had Grant on the ropes, until Deathstroke came in and takes him away.
Although here's the thing that's funny, and I think they later backtrack on, is Starfire says, my planet is further from the sun than yours is. This heat is quite delicious. And I feel like later when they go to Tamarin, isn't Tamarin really hot?
I forget. It might be, yeah.
So, because they hardly wear any clothes there. Which seems like it's something you would do in the heat.
But I'm trying to remember, did they get a new planet or something? I don't know.
Well, maybe.
There's been multiple, I don't know.
Anyway, Victor comes bopping in. And then we get an explanation from, I'm not quite sure. This feels like some comic book science here for sure. Where Deathstroke says, your brain capacity has been increased, but you're feeding off your body's own energy. Keep using your powers and you'll kill yourself. I feel like that's not a particularly detailed explanation, but whatever. It gets the job done.
I mean, I don't know if that was originally supposed to be Deathstroke too, because supposedly his brain was, he's basically using more of his brain's capacity than a normal human.
Yeah, but I think part of the problem is that the Hive didn't do a very good job.
Oh, yeah, because the Hive didn't give Deathstroke his powers, yeah.
Yeah, he got it through that military thing.
But yeah, Grant's like, Deathstroke, my father told me about you.
Yeah, and then boom, he shows up. Oh yeah, that was another thing is, of course, when I forgot, on the kangaroo page, Dick makes a comment that, Bruce was really rich and Bruce is rich and Wayne Manor is something, but this is, and I feel like basically nobody, aside from Lex Luthor, nobody in the DC universe is richer than Bruce now.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, he was just one of many rich people, but now he's like the rich man, and Steve Dayton has been left in the dust.
And two, I think Bruce was always obsessed with keeping the house kind of the way his parents had it, not adding on too much stuff. Well, besides the basement.
Right. Yeah. The way it was when he was a kid, heritage. That's true. But I mean, I think it's also just interesting how, as Batman has become more popular, he's also become, and I don't know, it's probably something that happened in the 80s when we had things like Wall Street, greed is good, and that kind of stuff. Bruce became richer.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, okay. Ravager shows up. He attacks them. Deathstroke showing up, and you see the Hive is manipulating it because they say, great, we did this to Grant, and we received the services of the Terminator free of charge. Dastardly.
The Hive have little numbers for themselves. That's cute. See, the Marvel had the Secret Empire. They're basically, just like this, guys in robes who are number 1, number 7, number, I think it's a comic book trope. So yeah, the Titans are battling Deathstroke and Ravager.
Yes, and then Starfire is kind of encircling Grant with these starbolts.
Yeah.
And as he's trying to move, he gets dizzy. And as Deathstroke says, I warned him using his powers would take its toll, but I didn't think it would happen so quickly.
The full.
Yeah, and it's like, the Starfire never hit him. And then Raven pops in and says, he's dying. Let Terminator take him and go.
But yeah, because Grant looks all shriveled up. He's like, "Did we do it, Terminator? Did we kill the Titans?"
Yeah, and she's yelling at Deathstroke, "How could you have let the boy die like this?" And he's like, "I warned him." And then Raven, so nice, she does some like astral projection or whatever. So Grant thinks he succeeded, even though he super duper failed.
Yeah.
And then Deathstroke gets mad and he's like, "You did this to him." And Raven's like, "No, we didn't. The people who gave him his powers are the killers." But Deathstroke says, "No, he took a contract. Now I have to fulfill it."
And yeah, Starfire's like, "You're letting him go," and Raven's like, "There's a difference between our kind and his. It must be our It must be in our compassion for an enemy. Compassion? I don't understand."
So then Dick's worried. That might be enough to end the New Titans before we've even begun. But we'll see, of course, obviously, that it doesn't. And then we see Terminator. And then the Hive planned it. The child died as expected. And now we have the father as we anticipated. He will not be loyal. It does not matter. He will do his job. We gave him a reason to hate the New Titans. And that hate will be enough.
But yeah, that last page is a big reveal because Wintergreen's like, "Too bad you never got a chance to know him." And he's like, "I think I know him pretty well, like father, like son."
Right, yes. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot that was a big reveal.
Yeah.
reading back on it now, we're like, oh, yeah. But yes, that was a big...
Because that's like the big thing for Deathstroke going forward for a while, because it's just like, they killed my son.
Right, yeah. Even though the Hive did it, but...
So yeah, it starts here. The road to Dick becoming Nightwing starts here.
Yep. The road to Deathstroke becoming a major villain starts here. And our first interactions with Trigon start here.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of their first big arc, which is hinted at because she says, I brought you together for a bigger purpose. And then it's later, once Dick's Nightwing, they have their second battle with Trigon. Trigon's return. Then that's what happens when I think Trigon's return is the first arc when they start renumbering the new Teen Titans.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so there we go.
Very good. Yes, if you're a Dick Grayson fan, it's a must read.
Yeah, most of New Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say once you start getting to about the 90s,
yeah.
Some of that stuff when like Panther comes in and Mirage comes in and
when Mirage sleeps with Dick, looking at what
he basically gets raped because he has sex with someone that he thinks is someone else. That's not so great.
Issue 100. Issue 100, the wedding. No.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
So yeah, kind of read most of the series and then just jump to like 90, the first ongoing series, maybe some bad books.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the New Teen Titans is pretty good until Dick gets his second costume. Then it's like
yeah.
Like when he's Disco Wing, pretty good, but then it kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
But it happens. I think it's one of those things the series kind of went on too long.
Well, yeah, and I think the 90s kind of infected it too.
Well, yes, yeah.
And again, too, they kind of I guess they took him out of there because they wanted him back in the Bat books.
Right, yeah. But, some very good, some kind of good. There's some pretty good ones in there. But, yeah, some of that stuff with, like, Baby Wildebeest and stuff, it's very comic booky in the kind of somewhat derogatory sense.
Yeah.
Where you're like, what is happening here? but not the beginning of not the first run of New Teen Titans, not the Tales of the Teen Titans, and then much of the second up into like the 70s, I would say, because I think the New Titans is still going strong when Tim first comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 65. So you got, but yeah, the 90s, man. Which is interesting because I think actually the 80s did some kind of not so great things to comics too. Like Batman got really dark in the 80s, but New Teen Titans was kind of the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they didn't have serious stuff on there, but it's just it's not a grim dark tone.
Yeah, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns really brought the dark for Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of New Teen Titans, I believe we're reading something for New Teen Titans next week. Yes, Phil?
Oh, the next couple episodes. Next episode will be Tales of the Teen Titans number 50, The Wedding of Donna Troy.
Yeah.
So celebration, and then in 2 weeks, New Teen Titans number 12.
That is the second New Teen Titans number 12. So Dick's Nightwing in that one, as opposed to when he was Robin. So that's probably like 84, maybe 85.
Something like that, yeah. And then New Titans 55 and 57 the week after that. And the week after.
I said that's when Jason dies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Dick finds out about it. Yes.
Yeah, and Bruce is a major douchebag.
I know. And then the week after that, New Titans 65, the Tim issue. Yeah, and then Showcase 93, 11, and 12 in that. So
nice.
So counting this episode, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 weeks of Titan stuff, kids.
Nice.
I figure we try to, do some themes around here.
That's right. We have lovingly picked some of the best ones.
That's right. Always. All right. So anything else on anything we discussed tonight?
No, I think that's everything.
All right. So send your thoughts for next week. The oversized Tales of the Teen Titans number 50, The Wedding. It's a lot. Thought there was a lot of stuff drawn in this issue.
Yeah, for real. But please don't send rude things about how much Terry sucks. Come on. Give a history professor a chance.
Oh, nice. That's right. So send your thoughts on all of that. Again, lots of Teen Titans coming up. Send your thoughts. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Oh, you know what this means? The next new issue is going to be Nightwing 78. Yeah.
Probably a month from now, though, right?
I think it's about a month. Yeah, I think it's the middle of March, I think. But keep up to date with all things Nightwing. Follow us on social media. Nightwing News is on Facebook, Twitter. We have the Bloodhaven Bulletin, the Facebook fan group. So please come join us there. Links to all of the social media for our various shows, links to the Patreon, links to merchandise, links to this YouTube channel, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. So get yourself some headphones, get yourself a great game to play. Use the code Southgate for both of those for discounts. And for those of you who like to read, one, go pick up Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback. Learn the ins and outs of podcasting. And for those of you fans of Nightwing, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. 14 inches of snow. Come on, buy some Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Kristen needs a snowblower. Come on.
I have a snowblower.
Oh, do you? Oh, fancy. She needs a snow plow. And you can pick up those books on Amazon. And when you do, use the code for the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that man of the future, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
What did you say?
Please kick me in the pants. Mark my words.
All right. And we already said buy Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Put that in your heads. Go buy Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. All right, kiddies. Come back next week. Again, it's a wedding. Dawn and Troy's wedding. We'll come back for Titans history. Again, yeah, about a month. We should get Nightwing 78. I cannot wait.
Nightwing's getting a dog.
The art was incredible. Tom Taylor seems like he's really excited. Just the stuff he's mentioned sounds good. It's all good. It's a great time. Nightwing's coming back to greatness. But until next time, come back, join us, do your homework. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News.